What is going on, YouTube people? New Cards of Comics here. It's a video I've been meaning to get to for a while. It kept getting pushed back because of other nonsense going on. This was a post from Twitter from about 2 weeks ago now, and it just lays out all the parallels in 2024 Prism basketball. I did a quick count. There's 82 of them. 82 different parallels in Prism basketball, from silvers all the way up to choice nebulas and black shimmer first off the lines. I think my favorite one, which one was it? The basketball prisms. That's it. We're running out of fancy name. We used to joke about unicorn purple pixie swirly balls, and we've used all those up, and now we're just using whatever sport it is prisms. Just basketball prisms. Sure, whatever. My question is, how does this all end? I've talked on the channel for years now about buying cards that matter, whether that's a color match or the image or something that looks aesthetically pleasing. Whatever the case might be, certain cards do stand above the rest. But how does this all end? Let's obviously the 2024 Prism basketball set has some flaws. Let's just take that and set it to the side. Let's say someone from this draft class is the GOAT of GOATs. Is someone really gonna want to own a skewed prism out of 249, whatever the hell that is, or a pink pulsar prism, a white wave prism? What about, if white waves aren't good enough, what about multi-waves? I don't understand. I mean, I understand why they do the over parallelification, say that 5 times fast, of modern product. I don't know. I think we all kind of know how this all ends up. Most of the stuff's going to be worth crap, because this is just Prism. Now add on top of it Select and Optic and Donruss and this and that one and this one. And all this stuff just keeps piling up. You look at the Wemby pop counts on stuff, and it's absolutely insane. And this always hits home for me when I walk around a big show. I was at Chips this past weekend, 400 and some tables. And you walk up and down the aisles, and you just see shiny chromed colored stuff of the same card over and over and over again. And quite frankly, it gets boring. Like, a lot of modern sports cards are just boring. Is there cool stuff out there? Sure, absolutely, 100%. There are cards to chase out there. But I just feel like a vast majority of this nonsense just kind of slips between the cracks, and no one's really going to care about it anytime soon. And which one of these cards actually rise above the rest, heaven forbid one of these players is actually legitimately good, is such a challenge to try to figure out in its own right. And really, let's be honest, holding a modern sports card is a fool's errand as it is, given the current state of everything. And it's not going to get any better. Yes, there's a bunch of Prism parallels here. I could easily pull up a Topps checklist and it be the same thing. And, they're getting full control at the end of the year, beginning of next year. And it's not like they're going to come in with a magic wand and fix all this. And I don't really know what the fix is. I don't know that there is one. The demand for sports cards is high. They have to print a lot of stuff. When you have a lot of stuff printed, you have to have hits in those products to make it feel like you actually opened up a good box. So it doesn't feel like you completely got punched in the face, even though 98% of the time it feels like you got punched in the face. So I don't know what the solve is here. I don't have the answer to this question. The combination of coming off the ship show and this tweet that I've had on a saved tab to talk about for a while, the two of them mixed together, you know, seeing this list just for Prism and then walking around a show and seeing an endless sea of rainbows, it just paints a bleak picture for the future for most modern cards to hold any value whatsoever, because they're so watered down. There's so many different parallels to chase. And if the player's good enough, things will rise. There will be certain cards that end up becoming iconic. But it almost, as I shouldn't say almost, like as always, it makes me prioritize, you know, a cool image, a cool, aesthetically appeasing card. And a lot of times that's going to be a color match. I'll give an example. You know, for Soto, the Gatorade Bath SP. It's an insanely good image. It looks so good. Now, Soto's from 2018. There's less parallels back then, but you kind of get the point. Fast forward that. Imagine Soto was a rookie in 2024, 2025, and he's going to have a full slew of parallels out there, including first Bowman stuff from years prior and all this. That Gatorade SP just looks, the image on it is so good. And it's rare enough that there's not a bajillion of them out there. And it's a standalone image by itself. You know, there's not 75,000 different numbered copies of it floating around out there to dilute it even more. And maybe that's the fix. I don't know. Maybe, and this could probably be a video on its own, maybe sports should steal some stuff from the success Pokemon's having. And maybe we will talk about that in a future video. You know, can sports cards steal some ideas from Pokemon? But that's what my mind goes to, is that Soto Gatorade Bath image. Or the Bobby Witt from Topps Update image variation, where he's got the mullet look going on. Like that's just a really fun image. Some of the stuff that they've done with SP image variations, like the golden mirrors and things like that. And Panini really doesn't do stuff like that, so it's not like I'm trying to prop up Topps here. But Panini really doesn't do SP images like that. Everything they make has 45 different, you know, versions, parallels, gold refractors, black gold refractors, pulsars. The only things that don't do that, I guess maybe that's why the Kabooms and Downtowns are so popular. But even those anymore feel like they're getting overprinted to death. They're putting Kabooms and Downtowns in, like, it just feels like everything. And they're milking that for all it's worth on their way out the door. It just feels like everything is so watered down anymore to make everyone feel like they're hitting something when they open a box. And like I said, I'm not a genius. I don't know some magical fix to this. Like I said, maybe studying what Pokemon's doing is the answer. But I like the idea of the short prints that don't have a million different parallels to get watered down with. I think that's where my mind goes when I think about this problem. So, curious for your thoughts and comments on this one. You with me? You against me? What do you have a magic fix for this? We'll catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.